Guys, welcome to the channel. We're here at Kingsfield Driving Range, so make sure you check them out in the description link below. And we have a special guest. We've got Steve Johnson.
Hi.
Thanks for coming on.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So today we're going to talk about plug lies. Horrific. I don't think any of us are happy when we walk in the bunk and see that. Are we? Awful. So we've got two different ways to play it. I'm going to play it one way. Steve's going to show his way. And I think it's quite an interesting concept. You can play them in different ways. I would say Steve's is probably an easier way to play it.
Oof, pressure.
So there's a bit of pressure there. I would say that's the easier way. So if you do struggle with this shot, I think you go with Steve's concept and way of playing this. And then I would say the second option is probably your way of getting a higher flight. Maybe a more advanced option when the pin's close and you don't have an easy option.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, down to Steve, he's going to show the nice easy way of
Shall
playing
I go
plug
first?
lie. You can go first, yeah. Well, how would you go about
So there's two things I think
lie?
about. So that is a terrible lie. Two things I think about. First of all, going straight at the flag might not be the option. You know, like out there's obviously a shorter way, so that's maybe more achievable. But for the video, that's boring. So we're going to go for the flag.
Definitely.
I definitely take into consideration that aiming at the flag, lowering expectations is not a bad thing. So what I do is I would generally, if I'm hitting this way just now, I put the ball slightly centre of my stance, maybe even slightly back. All my weight's on my left foot. 100% of my weight's on my left foot. The right foot's there just for stability. Pick the club up steeply. I do not open the face, keep the face nice and tucked in. I'll ground it just now just to let you see. So toes slightly in. So I want to use the leading edge of the golf club. I don't want to use the bounce of the golf club. I just fully want to cock this golf club up and apply lots of force down. So the force I apply down, the byproduct of that will be a force coming back up the way, so that should force the ball back up.
Right, so this is a good one actually. This is obviously a tricky shot. The lie, really plugged. Pretty horrible, isn't it?
It's not nice at all, is it?
Not nice. It's going to come out, not a lot of spin.
No.
And there's maybe only 4 or 5 yards from the fringe to the pin. So
Quite an elevation.
Quite an elevation.
So what I would do, first of all, I would lower my expectations. That's a hard shot.
Yep.
Even with a good lie.
Anywhere on the green's good, isn't it?
Anywhere on the green's good. Anywhere out of a plug lie is good.
Agreed.
So if I would, like, the shortest route out is towards you just now, so I would possibly take that, try and get in front of the green, 2 putts from there. Unfortunately, I've put myself in this position, and I might have to take my medicine and just settle from here. Bogey might be the answer.
Yep.
For the video, we'll try and go for it.
Give it a bash.
So how I approach it, Callum, is I put all my weight on my lead side. So I'm fully engaged in that lead side. The leading edge of the golf club is going to dig into the ground. I'm not using the bounce, I'm not letting it release. I'm just coming straight down with zero follow through. Picking the club up very steeply, weights on the left side and just coming down and trying to catch it about an inch or so behind the ball.
Yep.
The force I apply downwards should hopefully force the ball upwards.
Yep.
That's my thinking.
What flight would you expect to see? Would you?
I expect it to come out low.
Low.
Because
low
I've no loft on this. I'm coming out like this.
Yep.
So it's going to come out low. So that's why this is so hard. And over there is an easier option. But we're not here for the easy option.
No.
Not today.
Go big or go home.
Go big or go home. So I'm there, I'm not bothering about follow through, looking at my point of entry and just trying to smack that point of entry with a closed face or a de-lofted face to get the ball out. I would take that.
That was a horrible lie. That was really bad.
That's deep.
That was pretty deep.
I would take that, you know, and I wouldn't get much better by going that way. I chip in a little putt now and I've got my bogey. But at the end of the day, I put myself there, so I have to take my medicine. How would you tackle it?
Yeah, and I think exactly like you said, there's a lot to be said about just not making double bogey. We want to try and keep the double bogeys, the high numbers off the cards.
Yep.
If you can knock it out, little chip on, walk off with a bogey, take your medicine, move on. I think that's really good advice for a lot of people. So I would play it a little bit different. That's pretty bad. I'll play it. I'll give it a go. So I think once you've mastered that shot and you want to try and get a bit more elevation, a little bit more spin on it, then that's when you would move on to possibly trying this technique. So I actually play it with an open face. I have it pretty open. Ball position would be just left of centre. More weight left than what I normally would have.
Yep.
And I pick this up incredibly steep. I just try and get that shaft vertical as possible. Really try and hinge and cup that left wrist as much as I can. Similar to you, I would sort of stop on a short follow through.
Yep.
But with a lot of force. Exactly the same. I just vertical, smash down on it, almost as if I'm going to strike that sand with the sort of hosel and really sort of hammered down and across it.
So this hinge you've put in there, you really thrown that out?
Really throwing that down and
that's
across.
Creating loads of speed.
Yep,
So
loads and loads of speed.
And then you can release it. Yeah, very good.
Definitely. So we're going to try and do that. We've got the steeper angle of attack, which was needed. We're going to hinge it up, smash it across.
Brilliant. Trajectories up.
Higher trajectory.
That's good. That's very, very good. And you can see you got through the sand better there. That cuts through better than mine because I've got a lot of force against the blade, whereas you've got it open, so it's going to slice through better. I like that.
Yeah.
I might stop that going forward.
That's good. No, brilliant. Thanks very much for coming on the channel.
Super. You're welcome.
If you want to check Steve out, just check him out on his YouTube channel.
Steve Johnson Golf.
Steve Johnson Golf. We'll also pop that down in the description and you'll just see it here on the screen as well. So please do, if you've not already saw Steve's videos. Very, very good and definitely worth checking him out.
That was good. Well done.
Thanks.